Cancer, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So today, dear Cancers, I'm going to be doing your reading from December 8th to the 14th. And in this reading, I'm going to take a look at your recent past, present, and future, clarify all the cards, and get some final advice for you. Dear Cancer, these are general readings, so they may resonate with you and they may not. Now that we are done with the official beginning of the video, I'm literally packed up. I'm just going on a short trip out of town, and water signs were the only ones that I hadn't done yet. So I'm making sure that I'm serving and slaying for all of you, and I'm sure you would want to know because you're so caring as well. I have a little bit of a patch over here. It's like cold weather out there, so just taking care of myself. And I was not gonna just let you guys hanging out there, you know what I'm saying? Even though I would not want to show up in front of a camera like that, but some days it's okay. We're just gonna show up as we are, right? So let's get into your reading and see what is it that you need to know, dear Cancers. Okay, so your challenge, dear Cancer, is the King of Pentacles. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Cups. Okay, so your challenge here, dear Cancer, has a lot to do with your stability. How stable you are, how you are feeling. This is about your home. This is about your financial situation. When it comes to love, you might be dealing with a person who is either very busy, they work a lot. It could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I'm also getting here what you're really ultimately looking for in this relationship is stability. King of Pentacles represents somebody that's very stable in their emotions, in their feelings. And there is a challenge here that I'm seeing in the present moment. We're going to get back to this and we're going to see why this is your challenge in a moment. Now, in the recent past, you have the Page of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Some of you were also dealing with an air sign, fire sign. Somebody here came back into your life. Okay, somebody here revisited. There was an opportunity here to work something out with this person. But I'm also seeing here a huge conflict happening between you and this person. Competition, misunderstanding, not being on the same page with the Five of Swords. We're going to get back to this and we're going to clarify this shortly. Now, in the present moment, you have the King of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Honestly, I don't know why I literally, when I was shuffling the cards, but I was picking up on an energy. Some of you might be thinking of you apologizing to a person, or you want to open up yourself to somebody here, but only if they're open to have a conversation with you. Is it you, Cancer? Are you thinking about making an apology, or you're thinking about confessing to someone here? Because the person you are dealing with, Cancer, is a King of Swords energy, very airy, a lot of air energy here. Somebody that's very analytical. They don't really show their emotions a lot. They don't really talk about their feelings anyways. You seem to be really hurt. This is the wounded warrior, wounded soldier energy. So it talks about just how much you have been through in this situation, and you're still thinking about you being the one that's going to either confess, or maybe you want to make something here right with somebody. We're going to talk about this shortly. We already talked about the people pleasing. That's going to be done, honey. Okay, so in the near future, you have the Star, the Five of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. In the near future, there is going to be an opportunity to resolve this conflict here, but there is many choices that need to be made. There is some sort of a conflict that may be coming up again, okay? And then you have the Seven of Cups. Somebody here needs to make up their mind. Somebody here needs to be very consistent. You could be dealing with somebody that comes from a different culture background. You could be you coming from a different cultural background. Okay, hope is on the horizon, because only when this conflict here gets resolved, dear Cancer, only when you both have a mutual understanding how to navigate through this situation, whether this is a long distance situation or culturally speaking different, there is some differences here. Then what you don't see coming is the Three of Cups, reconciliation, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords, and the Justice. Okay, Libra energy, Taurus energy. Then commitment may be on the way. Okay, all of this right here, this is talking about commitment and a possibility, an opportunity here to work something out together, you know? So there has to be efforts being reciprocated and put. You can't be the only one that's just constantly putting the efforts and getting nothing in return, okay? So let's get into your reading and let's clarify all the cards for you. I'm gonna clarify your main challenge, which is the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is clarified by the Page of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles, and the Sun at the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with the Leo as well. One of the things that I see here being a challenge is a lack of reciprocation. There is a lot of financial discussions being involved in this relationship. Money exchanges, settlement exchanges here, right? So your challenge here has a lot to do with somebody meeting you according to your passion. Okay, Cancer. My Venus is in Cancer and I'm a quadruple Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury in Leo. And my Venus is in Cancer. So with all that fire and just knowing how Cancers love, I know how you feel when you get into a relationship. I know what turns a Cancer on and what is it that they're ultimately looking for in a relationship, you know? So for a lot of you, you want stability and you want to have a dynamic where both of you are having this equal give and take exchange energy with the Six of Pentacles, right? Giving and receiving. You know, one of the things that I see here, it doesn't necessarily have to be financially somebody reciprocating or giving back to you, Cancer, but it's about the physical touch, about the communication, it's about investment. Is this person really stable enough to be able to invest into this relationship, whether that's financially, whether that's physically, and in any other way, right? And this is somebody that there could be an age difference between you and this person as well. So that's what you're ultimately looking forward to. Now, the Page of Wands also shows up in the past. A lot of you reconcile with this person. What did I say? Literally, Five of Wands, Five of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. It's interesting that the Five of Swords is actually twice in here in the recent past. So for many of you, there was a huge conflict, argument, fight. You know, I'm getting here a lot of action being taken. Somebody here rushed into making a decision. Okay, Eight of Wands here is all about action, communication, also rapidly moving towards a certain direction. Someone here rushed into making up some sort of an assumption or coming to a conclusion here, okay? Now, in the recent past, I'm also seeing here multiple people being involved in this situation, third-party situations. So third party could be family members, friends, or other individuals, or other situations as well. Now, the Six of Cups in the past, this person came back. Okay, you reconcile with this person again. Clarified by the Empress, the Knight of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. And the Magician at the bottom of the deck. I feel like here for a lot of you, when this person came back, Cancer, there was this sense of manipulation. I'm not saying this person is a manipulator, but I'm saying that something here was not right. Okay, so you have the Magician and the Queen of Wands. So somebody here might have tried to misuse the power that they had, whether that's about status, whether that's about authority, power. Somebody here might have tried to use that to get back into your life, okay? Now, for a lot of you in the recent past with the Wheel of Fortune, this person came back into your life. The moment you started taking care of yourself, the moment you started focusing on yourself, this person rushed back into your life. And there was another conflict that came out between you and this person. Okay, so let's talk about the Five of Swords in the recent past. So the Five of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Just the same way, dear Cancer, your reading is going to make so much sense. You know, your readings are fire. I always start with you with the water signs, and I only completely dedicate an entire day of just doing the water signs. This is the same Seven of Cups here that shows up in the near future. The reason why there was a conflict in the past, okay, is because somebody here was not able to make up their mind. Someone here was keeping their options open. The person you were dealing with possibly also acted selfishly. You see the Nine of Cups. And Six of Swords, what does it tell us? It tells us that you felt you were disconnecting from this person. Departure happened. Separation happened. Although it was very sad, very disappointing. A lot of you, I think you did have a lot of hopes with this situation, but I am getting here this energy of just a lot of misunderstanding between you and this person, not being on the same page, maybe also like not sharing the same morals and values as well. So there was a separation that happened. Just you wanted something completely different. This person wanted something completely different, and financial matters could have been an issue here as well. So King of Swords. Okay, this person, there is a desire for a face-to-face conversation, but I'm getting here, your person is still in the energy of just kind of having a hard time of admitting that they could be wrong. You know what I mean? Somebody that's just like very rigid. So the King of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. This person is running away from healing something within them. If you look at this combination, y'all know I didn't just wake up and started shuffling tarot cards. Cancer-licious, look, honey. Look, dude. This person has been running away from healing things within themselves. You have definitely awakened a lot of things within this person. Like you have told this person, look, like you need to look within your past traumas. The healing card, the Four of Swords. You might have even told this person they gotta go and do some therapy. There was nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Whether male or female, it doesn't matter. Therapy is a therapy. And this person, they just run away from that. They walk away. Every time you try to have a conversation of the healing they need to do within themselves, every time you try to address something, they just become very like dry and logical, very like logical responses, yeah, no kind of stuff. Now, I don't know why you are in this energy of still thinking that you have to make an offer here or confess something. Now, the Page of Cups clarified by the Devil, Capricorn energy, sprinkle, sprinkle. Sometimes I wonder, because there is dubbing. I turn on the international, there's I don't know, 20-something languages that this video is being translated. I don't know how sprinkle, sprinkle is getting translated in different languages. So Capricorn, okay, I'm not saying a Capricorn has to be, but you're falling. You love to fall for the toxic stuff. Don't come at me. Venus in Cancer, don't. You like some toxic stuff. You always fall for the toxic, don't you? Britney Spears, Toxic. You're gonna listen to that song today. The Star, Aquarius energy, Knight of Cups, and the Devil. You tend to fall somebody that Cancer. This is just between us. You tend to fall for someone that is emotionally unavailable or tends to become emotionally unavailable. What does this mean? What does that mean, the Devil, the Star, and the Knight of Cups? You have your hopes way too high for this situation. Do people change? Yes. Is this person willing to take the action? They're thinking about it, but they're not admitting they need to do a lot of healing. Meanwhile, you're over here with the Nine of Wands. You already know you've gone through a lot with this situation with this person. So the Nine of Wands, Cancer, is clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Emperor, and the Two of Swords. Aries energy. And you know this person, Cancer, look. You want to talk to this person. You want to set things right. I'm so sorry, Henry. I accidentally hit your nose. I'm so sorry. This is Henry. This is Michael. So this person is very indecisive. There is something that's blocking on the way. Okay, this person, there is something they can quite clearly see. Cancer, I'm gonna say this. There is like a feminine energy, female in your person's life that dominates them or controls them. Okay, Queen of Swords and the Emperor. Somebody here is controlling your person. Somebody here is saying things or kind of like spreading rumors to their ears about you, and they are causing commotion. Now you have the Page of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. You might be picking up on that energetically. You're still going back and forth whether there will be, you would want to initiate anything. So in the near future, let's talk about the Star. So clarified by the Justice, the Temperance, and the Three of Wands. I feel like here, when you do this one thing, Okay, and this is just genuine, honest feedback. If you don't initiate anything whatsoever, you're gonna see something here being said right. There is gonna be either this person is in the middle of divorcing from somebody, or they're like in the middle of some legal paperwork being done with the justice, like court cases, or there is some sort of a karma that's gonna be settled right. Okay, and patience is required. Patience is required, although I wouldn't say just sit there and wait. This person could be at a distance right now. You could be feeling very distant from each other. They could be living on the other side of the country, of the town as well, or country. The star. You still have this hope in the near future that it's going to work out, and I think it is. But look at the justice right here, and then the Five of Wands. There is some sort of a conflict here that needs to be set right. There's multiple people that might be involved in this situation. Somebody here also is trying to like steal money or affect someone's financial situation. Now, the Five of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the Three of Cups, and the Tower. There is a third-party situation here that's coming to an end. Okay, there is a third-party situation. Whoever this person has been, whatever it's been going on, there is a Tower at the bottom of the deck, and the Three of Cups, and the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I think if your person is involved with a third party, that's coming to an end. That's literally what I'm seeing here. That's why your person here has no other choice. I mean, there is a lot of decisions and choices to be made, but they're gonna make what's best. They know, they're aware of how you are feeling. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups, clarified by the Ace of Swords, conversation coming in, Six of Wands, Queen of Wands, sprinkle, sprinkle. They are still internally holding on to this situation here, and they want to talk to you. They're going to make up their mind, okay? They're going to decide how they want to move forward with you in this relationship, in this connection. Ace of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Cancer, this has a lot to do with this person wanting to come out of a situation that's been keeping them in shackles, that's been very excruciating and difficult for them. Okay, they're going to make up their mind. And what you don't see coming here, like we talked about it earlier, is there is a reconciliation. It's like an opportunity here to build this relationship. Let's get the advice. What is the advice for my Cancers? What's going on? Very interesting reading, by the way. I feel like I'm really tapped in. Honestly, this may not resonate with everyone. You be the judge. You tell me. What is the advice for my Cancers? What do they need to know? Okay, so obviously you might be feeling heartbroken because of this separation with the Three of Swords. But when you look at this advice position here, you see the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. The biggest piece of advice here for you, dear Cancer, is that yes, you might feel kind of mentally in this prison, or maybe feel internally kind of blocked, as if, you know, there is no way out. But, you know, there is going to be an opportunity here to build something back up again. There will be an opportunity because, number one, there is a history between you and this person with the Seven of Pentacles. Number two, Eight of Pentacles shows there is a willingness. There is a certain level of attempt and willingness to work something out and to build this connection. The big advice that I can give from the cards, from my intuition, what I'm feeling for you is how fast and how much are you really willing to go into this relationship and to make it work. Stability is something very important because, you know, it's not just because you're an option and something goes down in somebody else's life and they're wanting to choose you. This is about you recognizing that you're actually the main priority. You're the only priority. I mean, the main priority. And you're being chosen out of love, not out of obligation, nor whatsoever. And someone here is really also, they're also willing to quit whatever toxicity that's been holding them back, whether that's substance abuse, drinking, third-party situations. They're also willing to put in the hard work and make this relationship work with you and for you, right? Because you want to be in a relationship where someone is not taking away from you, but they're actually contributing, adding, and allowing both of you to grow into this relationship together, where there can be a lot of stability. So this is what I had for you, dear Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I wanted to make sure that I deliver those messages before I head out for a couple of days just to kind of recharge, visit some friends, and also recover, you know. But serve and slay, my cutie patootie. Some sassy shit out here. Love you so much, and I will see you on the next one, Cancer. Take care. Bye.